there isn't one we send, it's 10 days in advance.
Again, this section that you're referring to is not meant to address items that are coming before council or is on their regular agenda.
But how do the residents know what's on the regular agenda if it might not be posted in the
Well,
meeting?
if there is an issue of concern for a member of the community that they want to address, this is not supposed to be taken separately from the agenda. This is to give the members of the community an opportunity, if there is something that they believe council needs to address, to bring that to council's attention. If it's already on the agenda, then that is providing, that opportunity is already going to be there for members of the community.
I mean, some people, I come to those meetings, a lot of people here come to a lot of those meetings, but some people don't come to regular meetings. How do they know whether or not council is already wanting to address it?
Well, if council is already planning to address it, then this section really doesn't become invoked at that period of time. What this section is attempting to do is if there is an issue that you are concerned with, you do not have to worry whether or not it's going to be on an agenda. You can ask council to address it. And again, I can think of the situation if there's a stormwater basin somewhere in the township that has a problem and needs to be reworked, and it's not going to come up on a regular agenda and it affects you, you can bring that to council's attention and then ask for council to address it. It's not to be taken separately from the agenda. It's to aid the public in being able to address items that are of concern to them.
How is this policy addressed? Who came up with it? I mean, I'm hearing that Mr. Simpson only saw it a couple of days ago, Mr. Rogers only saw it this afternoon. I mean, have other council members been meeting and discussing this issue?
Well,
this policy?
I think this resolution is a culmination of events, really, in the last 2 years, Mr. Chairman. You were in some of the meetings, quite frankly, got out of control, and Mr. Chairman, if I could just, I had to give you your opportunity to speak. You just let me make my statement. I'll give you an opportunity to answer. However, the last couple of years, the meetings have gotten out of control. These policies there's always been guidelines to follow based on the chair's discretion in running a meeting. However, some chairs decided to ignore those policies, and the meetings got out of control very quickly. This resolution is to put policies in place to make sure we have an orderly meeting, meeting that every resident can get up and speak if they'd like to, and have their concerns or issues addressed.
I think we'll agree to disagree on how the meetings have been run the past 2 years, but I would just have to echo Mr. Cahill's remarks that this is something that I think should be flushed out over a couple of meetings and the public should have more input into this.
And thank you for your comments, Mr. Chairman. Any other comment from the audience? Okay. Moving forward, we have a motion to approve, and we'll move forward with a roll call vote. Ms. Redinger?
In favor.
Ms. Weininger?
In favor.
Mr. Simpson?
Absolutely opposed.
Mr. Eisenberger?
Opposed.
And the chair votes in favor. Next on the agenda is miscellaneous business. Do we have any from council? Hearing none, we'll move down to audience participation. Do we have any?
Mr. Gill, is that our comment? I'm going to make a comment from council as well?
Sure is, Mr. Simpson.
Okay. I just want you to know, I don't like being lied to, because I do know that your meeting did contain members from other township or other municipalities who decided on our solicitor and our new consultants, and I'm very appalled by that happening. And a member who represents the people of this township doesn't have that. And I'm telling you, I apologize to my constituents, but you have no representation for me anymore on this council. Obviously, I don't have a chance to speak and have decisions. Thank you, Mr. Gillen.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, and you're welcome, Mr. Simpson, and I'm sorry you feel that way. And I'd like to...
Feel what way?
Mr. Simpson, I gave you your opportunity to speak. Just, if I could just make my comment. The politics is over. We've had politics over the past 12 months on this board, and this is a night tonight to reorganize and move forward as a township. This really is no place for politics, and the residents of this community voted for new representation on our board, new leadership on this board, and really wanted to see things done in a different manner, with new perspectives and fresh ideas. And that's how we're going to move forward, Mr. Simpson.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Sure, Mr. Eisenberg.
Thank you for recognizing me. I believe there's a question on the floor, and going over Mr. Clark, our new solicitor, has not been introduced formally, and I hope that gets done. I think that's only in respect to him. Michael Pepperman, our labor attorney, township engineers from CMX Engineering, traffic engineers from T&M Associates. I hope that we address that moving forward, at least tonight, that everybody can at least know that who they are and what their hourly rates are, since it was voted on by this council.
Sure, I'll address that right now.
Secondly, I think from that transparent and open issue, as you say, we, and no, by no means is this a partisan statement. We sit here as individuals, but we sit here as people. We're township residents first. And that being said, my inexperience and the other board members' inexperience sitting next to me and along this board to make decisions without having anything else put in front of them other than the last 30 days and meetings that I have no idea where they occurred or what's going on, does not do this council any justice or help this public. That's the other way to comment.
Thank you for your comment, Mr. Eisenberger, and I will answer your first question regarding the township consultants. Our township solicitor, of course, is Mike Clark, and he's from the law firm of Rudolph, Feisel & Clark. I'd like to introduce him. Our township engineer is an engineering firm called CMX, and their representative for public meetings will be Russ Benner. Our labor attorney will be a gentleman named Michael Pepperman from the law firm of Obermeyer, Redmond, Maxwell & Hipple. Our traffic engineer will be T&M Associates. Our sewer engineer will be T&M Associates. And the stormwater engineer will also be T&M Associates. To address the rate structure for these folks, our township solicitor will have a hourly rate of $165 an hour and a $1,500 per month retainer. Our labor attorney will have a $385 per hour fee. Our township engineer is $95 per hour. Our traffic engineer is $90 per hour. Our sewer engineer is $90 per hour, and our stormwater engineer is $90 per hour. I'd like to make note that these fees are less or equal to prior consultants.
Thank you.
Any other miscellaneous business from council? I'll move down to audience participation. Do we have it? You can come to the podium, sir, and state your name and address for the record.
I was just wondering, would it be normal for, there was 3 departments that had the same company? Was that how it was in the past, the same company would do 3 of those? Is that something of concern, or, so it was more of a question than a comment?
Sure, I understand that. And I'll answer your question. These folks we're appointing tonight, we, compared to our consultant ratifications in prior years, we've actually appointed fewer folks in hopes of streamlining different processes, whether it be land development or permit processes where there's an attorney needed. And we're actually consolidating and really making smaller the amount of consultants we have. So we hope to promote smaller and more efficient government.